Have you got any advice, I guess, for songwriters or people that are looking to collaborate and what to look for or some signs or any tricks that have worked for you in the past?
Yeah, I can. I love talking about that because a lot of songwriters are very private and they don't like to co-write, and I know Casey's a great friend of mine, K-Chambers. She's very private and personal when she writes her songs, whereas I love to co-write with other people. And when I first started out, I couldn't bloody write my own name. I was a hopeless songwriter, and I don't think I'm much better now. But the point is, what I thought I'd do was surround myself with really great songwriters. And every time you co-write with someone, you always learn something. And then the other thing I've learned through co-writing is you've got to go in there with your ideas. You've got to know what you want to write about, what your project is about, what songs you're missing or what you need for your next album. And it's no good sort of going in there. I've had people come around to my place, songwriters that want to write songs, and they walk in and we sit down and I say, okay, what do you want to write about? And they say, I don't know. And I say, well, what's your next album about? What's, I don't know. And it's a total waste of time.
It's like pulling teeth, isn't it?
It is.
Trying to sort of draw ideas out of them as opposed to it being a bouncing, inspiring process, I guess.
So true. So I always go to my writers, and what I find is particular writers are really good at writing specific styles of songs.
Right.
And I learned that from when I used to go over to Nashville and write songs, because you only get generally you only get one day with each writer. So, for example, I'll go and write a song with David Lee-Murphy, who writes all those big hits for Kenny Chesney and the big drinking songs and the party songs. That's his thing. So you aim your ideas, your party ideas, at him. You walk in there on the day, he says, what have you got? Because he's not going to give you his ideas. He keeps them for Kenny Chesney and everyone else, What have you got? And I say, okay, I've got idea A, I think it should be a party at the Harveys or whatever. I've got idea B, and okay, so all of a sudden you're halfway there.
And then I'll go to someone. And the train's heading off to the station.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not wasting any time. Whereas I'll go to someone else like Jerry Salley, who's written a lot of big hits for people like Reba McEntire and people like that. And he loves his sentimental songs. That's his thing. He's a real sentimental fella. So I'll go and aim my really sentimental ballads, whether it's a love song or it's a shake of a hand or it's something. I'll aim those ideas specifically at him because I know that's what he loves.
Yeah.
And so it really makes the process so much easier when you know what you want to write about, you know what your ideas are, and you pitch them to the right people. All of a sudden, the process becomes so much easier and quicker.
Incredible. What a great insight, and thanks for sharing that. I'm sure a lot of people are sort of shaking their heads going, oh, wow, that's really interesting. Let's take one more quick break while we have a quick Jim Beam or a beer real quick, and then we're going to continue on here. Go to song 5, which is a bit of a special one for Adam, and thrilled to talk about it. We'll be right back.